Well, good day, CJ and Maria. Surprise, surprise. I didn't lie, but schedule changed. Today is Saturday, August 10th, 2024. And the helpers that I was expecting to be there in Pennsylvania weren't able to come. So I wasn't going to drive 10 hours to have a cup of coffee with my friend. So we'll have to, I've got another plan to try and get some help to get out there and get that altar for us. So keep praying a rosary for that intention, if you will. And thank you again, LM, for that donation for that purpose, which, don't worry, we will get it done. The cause is out of my control, but I'm sure it's being done. The Trinitarian Theophany is lining it up the way it should be done. I don't understand sometimes, but that's how it goes. All right, and now if you notice, I had to put the video yesterday into 2 parts. So if you watch part 1, and then it cuts off right when CJ said it was getting good, and then you can jump over to part 2 to finish up. And so that's the update for that. And I found out late yesterday about not going to to Pennsylvania this weekend. So we'll back to our regular schedule. We'll have Mass tomorrow morning at 9, and we'll take care of the farm work this weekend instead. There's always something to do. All right, so let's get to St. Catherine of Siena and continue on with those lessons. And if anybody has any questions about my yesterday's content, let me know. Again, I don't give legal advice, but I can help out in ways that I can. However I want. However I can, I will. Put it that way. All right, let's get started. So let us place ourselves in the presence of the Trinitarian Theophany and Catholic contemplation. Humbly venerate the divine family. Most holy and venerable Trinitarian Theophany, one divine family, I believe that thou art here present. I venerate thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O Trinitarian Theophany, relying on thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain the pardon of my sins, the help of thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Dea Matronam Nostrae. O Trinitarian Theophany, I love thee above all things, with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Trinitarian Theophany for the graces that we receive and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven, and for the souls in purgatory. O Trinitarian Theophany, I most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in thy service. I consecrate to thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the Trinitarian Theophany the graces which are necessary to us. O Trinitarian Theophany, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O Deum matronam nostrae, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all, because they offend thee, O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. And again, I recommend checking out the website. There's been a lot of action there lately with good comments and good queries, mostly pertaining to the soulful life. We have to be careful not to get distracted with the world. And as you can see, St. Catherine of Siena lived in a tumultuous time as well, and yet she maintained the ability to have that connection this way. All right, and that's what we have to remember. All right, today's subchapter with St. Catherine is called How the Devil Gets Hold of Souls Under Pressure of Some Good, and how those are deceived who keep by the river and not by the aforesaid bridge. For wishing to fly pains, meaning avoid them, they fall into them, and a vision of a tree that this soul once had. I have told thee that the devil invites men to the water of death, that is, to that which he has, and blinding them with the pleasures and conditions of the world, he catches them with the hook of pleasure, under the pretense of good, because in no other way could he catch them, for they would not allow themselves to be caught if they saw that no good or pleasure to themselves were to be obtained thereby. For the soul, from her nature, always relishes good, though it is true that the soul, blinded by self-love, does not know and discern what is true good, and of profit to the soul and to the body. And therefore the devil, seeing them blinded by self-love, iniquitously places before them diverse and various delights, colored so as to have the appearance of some benefit or good. And he gives to every one according to his condition, and those principal vices to which he sees him to be most disposed, of one kind to the secular, of another to the religious, and others to prelates and noblemen, according to their different conditions. I have told thee this, because I now speak to thee of those who drown themselves in the river, and who care for nothing but themselves, to love themselves to my injury. And I will relate to thee their end. Now I want to show thee how they deceive themselves, and how, wishing to flee troubles, they fall into them. For because it seems to them that following me, that is walking by the way of the bridge, the word, my son, is great toil, they draw back, fearing the thorn. This is because they are blinded and do not know or see the truth. As thou knowest, I showed thee in the beginning of thy life, when thou didst pray me to have mercy on the world, and draw it out of the darkness of mortal sin. Thou knowest that I then showed thee myself under the figure of a tree, of which thou sawest neither the beginning nor the end, so that thou didst not see that the roots were united with the earth of your humanity. At the foot of the tree, if thou rememberest well, there was a certain thorn, from which thorn all those who loved their own sensuality kept away, and ran to a mountain of Lola, in which thou didst figure to thyself all the delights of the world. That Lola seemed to be of corn, and was not, and therefore, as thou didst see, many souls therein died of hunger, and many, recognizing the deceits of the world, returned to the tree and passed the thorn, which is the deliberation of the will, which deliberation, before it is made, is a thorn which appears to man to stand in the way of following the truth. And conscience always fights on one side, and sensuality on the other. But as soon as he, with hatred and displeasure of himself, manfully makes up his mind, saying, I wish to follow Deum Jesum Christum crucified, he breaks at once the thorn, and finds inestimable sweetness, as I showed thee then, some finding more and some less, according to their disposition and desire. And thou knowest that then I said to thee, I am your God, unmoving and unchangeable, and I do not draw away from any creature who wants to come to me. I have shown them the truth, making myself visible to them, and I have shown them what it is to love anything without me. But they, as if blinded by the fog of disordinate love, know neither me nor themselves. Thou seest how deceived they are, choosing rather to die of hunger than to pass a little thorn. And they cannot escape enduring pain, for no one can pass through this life without a cross, far less those who travel by the lower way. Not that my servants pass without pain, but their pain is alleviated. And because by sin, as I said to thee above, the world germinates thorns and tribulations, and because this river flows with tempestuous waters, I gave you the bridge, so that you might not be drowned. I have shown thee how they are deceived by a disordinate fear, and how I am your God, the Trinitarian Theophany, immovable, who am not an acceptor of persons, but of holy desire. And this I have shown thee under the figure of the tree, as I told thee. Good stuff. If we can always try to take these chapters and lessons, if you will, and turn them within, so that we look at ourselves and how we react to these examples, and then contemplate and learn from them. That's the way of the bridge. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote. Oremus. O Trinitarian Theophany, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one Trinitarian Theophany, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum Hanc Immaculatum Hostiam, quam ego indignus famulos tuus offeri tibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro innumerabilibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligencies meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus sed pro omnibus fidelibus Catholicorum vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et idis proficiet ad salutem. Deum qui humenae substantiae dignitatem mirabilita condidisi et mirabilis reformasti da nobis, peruis atquae et divini mysterium, eius divinitatis esse consortes, qui humanitatis nostrae, fieri dignatis est pater ceps, Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui ticum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum de peccatis clementium, ut conspectu divinae majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundi salute, cum adoris suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contritu, suscipiamur te Deum Iesum Christum, et sacrificat sacrificium nostrum et conspectu tu hodie, uplaceat tibi Deum matronam nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite plata prosequendo, et acapere hoc sacrificium tuo sanctum nomine praeparatum. Suscipe Sancto Trinitas concoblationem cum tibi efferimus ob memoriam passiones, resurrectionis et ascensionis Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronam nostra et Papa Peter Sanctorum, et istorum et omnium Sanctorum, ut illis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem et salutem, et illi pro nobis intercedere, din inter in caelis, quorum memoriam agimus in teris pediendum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meum equestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat ab Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis et laudem et gloriam nomini sui ad utilitatem quoque nostram dotiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque pote, sursum corda habemus a Deum, gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te igitur clementissimi mater et pater, Deum matronam nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium tuum, Deum nostrae, supplices, rogamus ac petimus, uti accepta habeas, et sanctificas haec sanctam sacrificium irribata. In primis quae tibi afferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam pacificare, custodire, adorare et regere, digneris tot orbiterarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famulorum cae tuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We pray for Katie, Gage, Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Mark Jr., Henry, Barbara, and Benedict Santa Croce, Casey, Mr. Nobody Ambletink, the Cantu and Duarte families, the Michaela McLaren and Kane families, Jenna, Lena, Lori, Aaron, and family, the Cahill, Kendrick, Dosco, Nye, Tafor, Began, and Wolf families. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sede Vacantis Catholic Council office at Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium exchange, with no usury. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society, to eliminate all deceit, fraud, and corporations, non-existent entities, etc. We pray for knowledge on how to grow foods, raise animals, be neighborly, share our produce and our profit. We pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in the air and in our homes. We ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. We ask that all quote-unquote gay marriage be banned, that the transgender insanity be stopped, that people wake up to real. And we ask for a reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity, and to have courage in accepting the good and sharing the good in confidence. We ask that women cease working for Freemasons and corporations so that those functions may dissolve. And we ask them to concentrate on learning about traditional family structure and the Trinitarian Theophany as family. We also ask you to destroy the satanic document of Vatican law that is the Jewish Talmud, to destroy Rome and the Vatican, and recognize the transfer of the authority of the Catholic Church to Fatima, Portugal. We ask you to release the souls controlled by the demons Lilith and Asmodeus. Send those demons back through any portals. Close and shut down all portals and gateways. And block the passage of any so-called pandemic treaty. Make the truth about any fake monkeypox viruses, which may not even exist, based on lies and aimed at removing the Divine Family's children's freedom to move, travel, and worship. All these things we ask in accordance with the divine Trinitarian Theophany's holy will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognite est et nota devotio pro quibus tibi afferimus vel tibi offront hoc sacrificium laudis pro se suisque omnibus pro redemptione animarum suarum pro spe salutis et calamitatis suae tibi redum volta sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero communicantes et momone venerantes in primis gloriosae semper Deum matram nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Beatorum martyrium tuorum Papae Sancte Petri et Sancti Luci et Sancti Jacinta et Sancti Francisco et Sancti Juan Diego et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meritis praecibusque congedas ut in omnibus protectionis tuae munum exilio per innum Christum Deum nostrum quam oblationem de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus consecratum acceptabilum que feceli dignidis ut nobis corpum et sanguinem fiat dictissimi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum qui pridie quam pastoretur recepit panem in sancta sacro venerabilis manus suas et elevatis oculis in caelamate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens consecravit frege didique lumis sui dicens accipite et mandacate ex hoc omnes hoc est enim corpus meum simini modo postquam ceremonias accipiens et hunc precalem caricem in sancta sacro venerabilis manus suas ident tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum consecravit didique lumnis sui dicens accipite et bibite ex eo omnes hic est enim calix sanguinis mei mysterium fidei quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum haec quod est cum praefeceritis in me mono facietis. unde et memoris Deum nostrum virtui sed plebs tua sancta justum Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae, tam beate passiones nec non et in fedis resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosae ascensionis afferimus praeclare maestati tuae de tuis donis actatis, supra quae propitio ac serenum vultur respicieri digneris. Supplices te ragamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum ibi hec per fide per manus tuum ut quod ex hoc altaris participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum corpus et sanguinem subsenimus omni benedictione omni sanctificatione caelesti et gratia Dei per amor per Deum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Anton Stelzer, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsistem et omnibum in Christum, quis gentibum locum refugere et lucis et pacis ut dargeste pracamur per Deum Christum Deum nostrum, per quem hec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Dea matronam nostrae matram, Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos, quaesimus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ab omnibus malis, praeteritis, praesentibus, et futuris, et intercedente beate, gloriosa semper Deum matronam nostrae. Cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis, da propitius pacem in diebus nostris, ut ope misericordiae tuae aduiti et peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbationis securi. Per Deum Deum nostrum, Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum et quoque apud te. Haecum extio et consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum. Fiat excipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum et quoque apud te. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, cooperante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuum unum viviflicasti, libera me per hoc sacrosanctum corpus et sanguinem tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis, et fac me tui semper in hadere mandatis, et nunquam separari permittas, qui cum eo Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indinius sumere praesumon non mihi proveniat in judicium et condamnationem, se pro tu pietate prosit mihi ad tutamentum mentis et corporis, et ad me delam percipiendam, qui vivis et reinas, cum Deum matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. In panem celestem accipiem et nomen Deum Iesum Christum in vocabo. Dea matronam nostrae non sunt dignis, ut et te meas in tante diqueribus in abatranum mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sunt dignis, ut et te meas in tante diqueribus in abatranum mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non Sudinius, ut intra subtectum meus, sentanta di brevis nobis anima mea. Corpus Dei nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retrubum Deum Iesum Christum, pro omnibus quae retribuit mihi, calicem salutaris excipim et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo. Laudans invocabo Deum matronam nostrae, et ab inimicis mei salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Corpus Dei nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Cultore subsumus Deum Iesum Christum pidamente capiamus etiam unine temperae fit nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum quod sumpsi et sanguis, quem potavi, et hariet ovisceribus meis, et praesta ut in me non remania, scelera macula quem pura et sancta reficerunt sacramenta. Deum vobiscum et quoque apud te, oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O Trinitarian Theophany, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one Trinitarian Theophany, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud te, ite mise est. Deum gratia. Placia tibi sancta Trinitam, obsequium servitutis meae, et praesta ut sacrificium cor oculis tuae majestatis in unus ulteri tibi et acceptabile mique et omnibus. pro quibus idut optoliciti miserante propitiabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, divinity of Deum Iesum Christum, present here, in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and the immaculate heart of Dea Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Dei Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Thank you for coming and for attending. And you're quite welcome, CW. I appreciate all of your work and your prayers. Maria, all of your prayers. CJ, all of your prayers. Together, we are succeeding in saving souls. That's the goal, okay? And let's share that information in peace and in love. And well, you're doing it, so keep doing it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Please go and sanctify all those you meet, and have a great day.